In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to cut and sew this stylish gathered underbust blouse with ruched sleeve and zipper at the back. So to achieve the ruched sleeve, you will need half-inch elastic to do that. You can see I have zip at the back, as you can see, and you can see I also have cuff at the center back. Okay, that is on the waistline. So let's dive into today's tutorial. To make this blouse, you will need to fold your fabric into two. This will serve as my center front. To determine amount of fabric to use, you should consider taking your shoulder measurement plus your long sleeve length. So when I did that, I had 30-inch. So from that point, I'll come down by 1.5 inch. This will serve as my shoulder slope. Then I'll mark 3-inch for neck width. Okay, so I'll connect the shoulder slope. Now connect a slant line from the neck width to your shoulder slope, the point you mark 1.5. So from that the same point, come down by 9.5 to 10-inch. This will determine your armhole depth. Okay, next, if you don't need much gather effect at the underbust area, what you will do is to mark quarter of your underbust measurement, then plus 5-inch or 6-inch, then connect from that point to this point, connect from there to this point. But if you want exactly as seen in the picture, you should go in from that point by 5-inch or 4-inch, then connect to that point and connect your curve just like this. Okay, so now I'm done with this. The next thing I want to do is to come down by 4-inch for the neck depth of the front. But if you're marking your own neck depth, just note the picture inspiration we're working with was a high neckline. 3-inch is okay. Just mark 3-inch and connect a round curve for the neck. To determine the length from your shoulder, come down by your underbust plus 2-inch. Okay, that is the length you should be working with. Then go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting this, I will use this front to cut the back. Okay, the back is very simple. Just fold another piece of fabric, make sure it's on a fold, then leave 1-inch or 1.5 inch for your zip allowance. As you can see, I'll just use chalk to make the line very visible. So this straight line here will serve as my zip allowance. Then for the neck depth, I will come down by 1.5 inch. You can also mark 1-inch, okay, for the back neck depth. Then go ahead and connect your round neckline and cut like so. Then after cutting, you can go ahead to cut the rest of the part. All right, just go ahead and cut it out. This is very simple. So after cutting, just open your front piece, then place the back piece on top of it, right side facing each other like so. Then head over straight to your machine and stitch to both shoulder. Also hem your sleeve, then stitch to both side as well. Okay, sew the both shoulder and hem your sleeve like so, then stitch to both side using 1/2 inch or 1 inch. Okay, so this is for the waist. You can see I already folded my fabric into two. So your waist width should be your waist measurement, okay, plus 2-inch for your zip allowance. Okay, so when I fold it into two, I will take the waist measurement again. This is for the band, remember. So my waist measurement is 28 by 2 is 14. Okay, the extra 1-inch will serve as the zip allowance. So I'll just make it visible. I'll just mark my straight line for the zip. Then I'll go ahead and stitch. This is a loose stitch. Then notch the center of your band. Then make sure the point where you notched aligns with the center back. Okay, just like this. Then you notch the both side as well. After doing that, I'm going to go up by 4.5 inch. Then I'll mark from the hemline of the side. From the side hemline, just go up by 4.5 inch. Then connect your curve from that point to your center front. The point you notched, just connect from there to that point where you notched. Then fold it again. Okay, so you can cut to both side. All right, so I'll just go ahead and cut it out. This is optional. If you want, you can make curve for the front, then leave the back straight if you want. If you don't want, you can also have the same curve for the back. It depends on what you want. So I will just loosen up the stitch, then I'll go ahead and make a top stitch. Okay, so I've already gathered the hemline of the blouse. Just gather it, make sure you have your exact waistline there. Then after gathering, you are going to place it like so. Use half inch to stitch. Please take note of your curve. Okay, what it will do, the easiest or simplest method to go about this is to take note of your center front, that is on your blouse. Take note of your center front, then you place the center back on the center front of your blouse, pin it down and stitch. Okay, so you have the curve showing very well. So after stitching, guys, this was what I had. Can you see? And this is the back. So I will just attach the zip. So I have gone ahead to attach my zip. As you can see, this is what I had after I was done. Can you see? Now that I'm done with this, next thing I want to do is to achieve the ruched effect on the sleeve. Do you get? So to do that, remember I worked with 30-inch weight. Okay, so I'll use this elastic to achieve this ruched design. All right, so what I want to do is to subtract the 3-inch for the neck width, and I'll mark the shoulder measurement, which is 7-inch, that is half of 14. Then from that point you will determine the length you want for your sleeve. I want it from the shoulder to elbow. Okay, so I marked 11-inch for the length of the sleeve, and I will take note of the excess I have there. The excess I had there was 9.5. Okay, I had 9.5 excess. All right, so what I want to do now is to place the 9.5 from the neckline. Then I'll measure till I get to the shoulder. The shoulder was 13.5. Okay, 13.5 was what I had. That is plus the 9.5 now. So I'll just measure the 13.5 on the elastic, then I'll cut it out. All right, then I will use it to cut the second elastic. Okay, so I have two of this. So what I want to do now is to stitch like so. Okay, so before you stitch, you should turn the wrong side of your blouse, then place it on the shoulder. Go ahead and stitch. Make sure you stretch it. So after attaching the elastic, you can see the ruched effect. This is what we had after I was done. So you can also go ahead to weave the edge first before attaching this sleeve for a neat finish. The next thing you want to do is to iron this beautiful blouse, and this is the result. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to hit on subscribe button. Thank you.